is the kind of the start of the process. So there's different parts you can see all along here is the kind of in the smaller parts for our welders. So every pallet space has a number, and that there's a part number goes in that there. So the lads will pick the part numbers that's needed for the machine, put it onto a pallet, land it into the welders, so keep the welders fed as such, and keep going and keep going. So again, back to that kind of confluence, that kind of lean, the 5S's or the Sigma 6, that kind of Japanese way of thinking, like, you know, production line. So the lads will see them here on down here then. As we move down, that's been taken away then, and that has been checked. So this is our quality department here, or we're on quality control. So we're moving from quality control into quality assurance. So that's the next step up, if you know what I mean. So the lads there, you can see, so the smaller wee parts that the lads have picked and left down to the welders, it's these smaller parts here. So you can see the welders, there'll be different kind of welding models. Each of the lads will have a different model, and they'll know that model inside out. Over here we have it's like a robotic welder, and then works on the vectors then. It works at the start of the point then and rotate then. So that can do some of the work as well. So as you can see the schedule there, so the weld goes on to the weld, and the welders would be a week or two in front of the paint, and then they're calling in the chassis number here. So this is so that's our paint kitchen in there. That's where the paint is mixed. You can see it's a 60-40 mix there at the minute, and that does all the mixing. So the process is kind of these kind of rusted parts, whatever, would go into the big blaster there, and then they'll come out nice and shiny like the chassis there. You see the chassis on in there. So that's now down here, the weld bay and the paint area are the biggest uses of electricity. But we have solar panels there, and during the summer, well, the daylight, as they say, it's PV photovoltaic. We're getting about 30 to 35% power, but we're using about a megawatt a day, like, you know, so we're getting about 33 kilowatts per hour. So this is the kind of, the process starts here, and there's two lines, we have two paint lines, so it's kind of getting into prep, sand and down, into of course the primer, as we call it, primer coat, that goes into the oven, so it's about half an hour, 45 minutes in there, and it goes to the top coat, and that top coat takes about 45 hours to cure. And again, with the water-based paint, well, in the winter it's a wee bit different, like, you know, because the steel is a bit colder, like, but other than that then, mostly it's wood chip that we're using to heat the oven. So this 5-ton line, paint line, it'll do all the colours, it'll do the bonnets and the cabs and that. The 10-ton line over there, it'll do all the kind of the chassis, it'll do the grey basically, the grey part of the Combilift. But it's great, we have all different colours, any colour you want. It's not like Ford, any colour you want as long as it's black. So again, these are the cabs here that are locally made, so they're doing the welding and they'll land in and save us, you know, it's ready to go then, like, you know, and we can just pop it on and paint it and pop it on. So that's the paint line, that's the process. As I say, about 2 hours 15 minutes for the full cycle. And the thing is, the top coat needs a wee bit longer, but that means because it's at stage 5, say, the primer's getting an extra 15 minutes, so it's baked hard, and it's going to take the paint even better again then. Master chassis, this is paint layoff. Anything that's painted here, you can see the chassis along there, they're ready to go online. They're put onto those blue trolleys. Those blue trolleys click into the line itself, and the line moves slowly each stage, and so that line balance thing is all done as well, like, you know, working out how long it takes for per stage. Now some lines will be faster than the other. Line 1 would be the busiest, it's the one with all the batteries on it, and it's more assembling. The others, there's actually fitting and pipes and stuff, like it's a bit more footing with an engine, a diesel engine or a gas engine. So this here's the Master. That'll probably be the most popular product in Combilift. So the Straddle area down here. here. This is going to carry the back of the blade, you know, for the windmills. That carries the back of it, so it's kind of attached onto that. And then there's another one then that'll take the far end of it, and it'll clamp in like this, so it kind of clamps in like that. You know, and it takes the back of the blade like that. And again, I think they're 120 metres long. But that's, Siemens have ordered them. And again, working in conjunction with the customer, which was so important. What do you need? What do you want? What adjustments are needed? Model it up, see if it works that way on the SolidWorks. And there it is there. There's the end product there. So the normal straddle carriers, that's the other side of it, so they're building the other side of it there. And they'll sync up as well, so it's remote control. So basically it's taking it from whatever's bringing it onto our machines there, and then that'll take it to the ship wherever it's going. And that's basically, it's moving it from A to B. That's what it's about. Handling solutions. So basically what to do is to construct the machine, okay? Build it, test it, disassemble, send it out. It could take maybe 3 trailer loads, because it'll be 20 ton per trailer. It could take 3 maybe to send it out, and then it's reassembled then on site then. So we'd have lads that can go out and do that. So this could be for, that's a bit wider, so that could be for concrete pipes, it could be for modular homes, or just standard one, that red one behind it. It would lift containers. So it drives over the container. So basically, it drives over the container, down, clamps in, lifts, trailer drives off, done and dusted, away it goes, and then it's placed there. And you can see it can move up and down as well. That's the part. This here is called, it's an MG, the one with the weights on it here, the one in front, that's a mobile gantry. In fact, the mobile gantry, the conception of the mobile gantry was to build the straddles. So we built the mobile gantry ourselves, and the customers overlooking, she said, I could do it one of them. So then they started making them, like, you know, and that's how it happens, like, you know. That's how, and it's simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. If you record that day, you can see the Aisle-master at work there. And that's the beauty of the Aisle-master. You can turn into the pallet space of using all this space here, lift this pallet, and all the way back here to get out. You can just drive in like this here, and it turns, lifts, and back out. So if you had a warehouse with 5 racks in it, we could get maybe 8 or 9 into it. You can, you know, and that's the beauty. That's explore space. Discover Combilift, that's what we were talking about last time. And again, you can see here, this is main store, so anything, there's hardly a pallet space in here, so everything has to be ready for the lads out in the line. Once it's called, it's scheduled, it's ready to go, bang, 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 it's kitted up, and then it's delivered out onto the line. So this here's our electrical room. We build our own looms here for the special machines. We have another factory over in Liverpool. They do all the standard machines, but there's anything special like fork positioners or teleforks, anything extra. We'll make our own looms ourselves. So you can see here, there's a loom being made there on the table. There's a map and there's just a schematic basically on a sheet. I'll show you the sheet here. So we'll look at the lines now, okay? This here's the side loader, because it loads from the side, you know. The 4 ton lifts 4 ton, you know, like, you know, right. It does what it says on the tin, like, you know. It's a side loader. Now these are massive for building companies and that there, building supply companies, load timber onto the side, and it can get drive and it can tilt up like that there as well. So the lads are putting about 6 or 7 a week out there as well, you know. So they're kind of built there, they're tested up there, and then they're loaded and away they go. France is pretty. There's a lot of them in France as well. I'm left to get a lot of French customer, French dealer. We have the kind of consumables, maintenance. So this here's line 3. The line 3 will do the electric machines, the bigger the 4 ton electrics. It'll do the 6 tons, the 8 tons, and it'll do the 4 ton CB as well. This here's line 2, so it's basically the same as line 3, only the smaller machines. But again, it'll do the diesel and the gas machines. That's the 4-ton there. So Combilift there, 92239, that's heading for France. So we'll take you to line 1, okay? So as you said earlier, this is where the Aisle-Master is built on electric machines. But 70% of our new orders now is electric. Everyone, of course, again, has to look at the carbon footprint. So they're going with the electrical battery option. There's different types of wheels there as well. You'll have different kind of wheels there. Non-marking wheels for factories, non-sparking wheels. You know, again, whatever. It's customer spec. Customer spec. So, again, that's what the salesman's there for. What do you need? This is the machine you need, and that's the initial conversation. What you need first. What are you lifting? How heavy is it? How high up? And then your corresponding machine then can be built to that spec then. Again, customer orientated. So these machines have been built and now they're going to be tested. So that's the way. So the lines, all the lines work like that there, and it's all lean. It's all kind of confluence of stuff. So as I said earlier, once the 100 into well, 200 paint, 300 line, 400 off the line, 500 test, 600 finished, ready for dispatch. That's the way it works. So once they come off the line, then they go into this test area here. So the lads, what they'll do is they'll put a dye into the hydraulic oil tank, and it's ultraviolet dye. So they'll run the machine, they'll lift a couple of weights, they'll test it. So if there is a loose, not a loose pipe, but you know, if there's a wee, if it's weeping or something like that, you'll spot it on the ultraviolet. And then standing around there, that's me and the digger, walking away there as well, like, you know. So that was there, the industrial, this is where the site has been now. So there's 11 acres under the roof there. So that's us kind of winning various awards there. The best managed company are these kind of awards here, kind of innovation awards there. So won a few of them as well. So this is, I pointed out to you earlier, this is the chicken machine, the RT for the rough terrain. So instead of handballing these pallets of chickens or the crates of chickens, that's lifting 20 or 30 crates at a time. Just wiping out the time that it's in. This is our straddle here. As you can see, that's our standard straddle there that's lifting the containers. This is our Aisle-Master here. As you can see, the width of the aisle, all of these is torn in, lift, back out like that. That's a 25-ton machine as well. That was for Texas. The day I started, actually, that machine was being loaded. I've never seen anything like it. That was heading for Texas, 25 ton. Again, that was the old factory. As you can see there, handling. That's what we do there. Solutions to handling. If you have something needs lifted, give us a shout. This here again, the side loaders, the STEs, the GTs. The Americans love them. There's a young Martin there. Entrepreneur of the Year, Young Entrepreneur of the Year. This was the very first Combilift that was made. It's still going. In fact, they've done it up from and kind of painted it for new loops and everything. This was the first one ever built because Robert and the fella Jared Kelly that bought this machine were friends through the rallying, and he came up with the machine. He liked the idea. It hadn't even been built. He says, build it and I will buy it. That's the result there. It's the very first machine.